Hello everybody, it's Dante here. Welcome to another video. Today we've got footage from the British Karting Greats 2026 Team Endurance Charity Race for special effect. As we were invited down along with many other drivers from many other disciplines who are very well known. They've done a lot in motorsport, more than me as it stands. And yeah, we were invited down, and also my friend Sam Pooley as well, which we're going to get to because we've got dual cam on the start of this race. At the moment, you can see here, I mean, this was only my second time or third, I can't remember which one now, at Silverstone, so it's still quite new to me, and definitely my first time driving these conditions in the damp. So yeah, didn't really know what to expect there, not really any experience on that front, but yeah, we're just trying to learn the conditions here as we've just come out the pit lane. So as I say, it is a team endurance, so my teammates have already been out. Effectively what happens is all of our special guests, if you like, who've been invited, get assigned to another team, which the drivers are not really, well, most of them don't do karting regularly, so we're kind of there to help them along, yeah, get them further up the grid. And usually the special guest drivers all kind of finish the qualifying and do the first stint, so it makes it quite an interesting watch, as you will see. And yeah, we're just trying to learn the conditions here and then getting a good qualifying lap, because the conditions were constantly improving every single lap. And you can see the dry line starting to appear. It was really cold on this day, like 2 degrees, maybe less. So that was quite tricky. You can so we're going to start a line here. This was actually my fastest lap. So we're going to watch this. You can see I'm currently second, so a little bit off where we need to be. In this moment, I don't actually know who is first, etc. But you can see the dry lines appearing, especially see here at turn 3, where it's a lot drier on the inside. You want to keep it really tight, pivot it on the brake. Really cool, actually. These karts really did turn in quite nicely in these conditions, you know, because Silverstone, as we found out later on after this day, that they can understeer a fair amount. So to actually have quite a lot of feedback on the front was good. You can see bank corner very wet as well. Overall, this lap is going okay. As I say, the conditions were improving every single lap, which was a shame for me because the laps after this I hit traffic, so I wasn't really able to improve. You can see a pretty good corner there, but the conditions have changed a lot since I first came out the pit lane. Just trying to find the best line through here. We thought the inside and hooking it up on the curbs was quickest, which everyone was doing. It was definitely quicker. These curbs quite high up, they don't really feel like they do anything to the karts either. They just drag you around nicer, which is good. And just trying to be as smooth as possible here, just trying to stay away from the damp patches. But overall, it is a pretty good lap, I think. Not too aggressive, not too, you know, we're not trying to risk too much, but we're not also holding back too much either. And as we cross the line here, if we look onto the screen, it does change straight away to first place and a much better lap time. But can we keep it is the question. And as I say, I hit traffic on the last few laps, more than what you see on the camera here. But yeah, so it still says first crossing the line, but it does change to second place later on in the lap. You can see I'm trying to stay warm here. It was really cold, and yeah, you can see I'm a bit annoyed with myself. And lo and behold, it was CALLUM Bradshaw who managed to beat us. So looking forward to a good battle with him. You can see here the Sam cam, and we're going to have the Dante cam as well, and we're going to alternate between these two perspectives for the start of this one. And as I say, there are loads of drivers from all sorts of disciplines, whether that's car racing, kart racing, world champions and the like, Kartmasters champions, which Sam is as well in this in this camera here. So really looking forward to it. I don't really know what to expect. Obviously, there's lots of drivers we don't know. Silverstone's still quite new to everyone. It's quite damp as well, so you want to be a little bit heavier. Although I am running a weighted seat in this, so I'm weighing in at about 61, 62, which is not a lot, obviously. I think CALLUM was 4 kilos heavier than me, so as it stays a bit damp, maybe be in his favour, but as it dries out, it's going to be definitely in my favour. Sam is just 20 kilos above all of us, so it doesn't get the best of starts. But we've had a reasonable start here. We go to the outside because we thought that only the very inside was dry. So we lose time. We lose P2, and we're going to lose P3 as well, because Sam's going to try and cut us off here and taps the end and taps the back of P2, and we manage to keep place, and we agree with each other. We usually race on the same team, so we know each other quite well. This is not where we want to be. We've both lost time, we've both lost positions, and we're trying to catch up to top 2. And going into bank corner here, big move from Brad Philpott on both of us. Wasn't expecting that one, so out of nowhere comes Brad. We get the run back up the hill, and then Brad starts moving around trying to block off Pooley, but Sam manages to hold the place. So big move, didn't really come to much from Brad, but it doesn't end there because he goes back up on the inside on Sam. Big move again, loses Sam a lot of time. Brad doesn't really lose any time from that actually, because he leaned on Sam there. So a reasonable move from Brad, but that loses Sam a lot of time. If he wants to be battling us top 3, he needs to get on with it. But you can see Callum leading the way, then P2, can't remember the name, and we're not really catching up with any intensity at all. You can see the raindrops on the visor here, and it was kind of flickering with rain a little bit. You can see the clear skies above us. Sam again eager to get past Brad, trying to find a way through. I think Sam's trying to think, do I push, do I not, what sort of pace has Philpott got? Okay, I didn't expect that to rhyme, but there we go. We probably thought about the turn 3 here, because obviously we talked about the inside being really dry, and you wanted to open it up a little bit on the damp patch, but you know, the very inside's very dry, so there was a decent cart width there. And turn 3 generally is just such a good overtaking spot, so even when you can only use like the left hand side of the track, you're still able to make a reasonable move. High on the bank here to flick out well onto this main straight. You can see Sam still lost a lot of time from battling with Brad, so he's eager to try and catch up, but Callum's getting away a little bit here. We catch up a lot to P2 on the braking, so that's what we're just trying to do here. You can see really cold, the visor keeps misting up. Through the chicane was very difficult, everyone trying to find the right line. You can see the driver ahead running a little bit wide, getting all squirmy, and covers the inside, but they brake quite early, so we're going to brake later, but then they come off the brake and brake later again to try and keep us behind, but we get a really good cutback. So all eyes now to try and catch up to Callum, who is a pretty reasonable distance ahead in this moment. I mean, it's only lap 2, so he's done well, and you know, he's got, I think this was his first time at Silverstone, so yeah, I mean, he's doing really good. Callum, you know, when it comes to owner drivers driving owner karts and then jumping into rental karts, you really see the drivers who are naturally talented because they can just drive anything very fast, and Callum is clearly one of them. And he has driven rental karts in the past, of course. I think he's done Club 100 in the past as well, not much. Again, he hasn't done much of this, he doesn't probably drive a kart much these days anyway, but it just shows the talent that he has just to jump in anything and be fast. It's very impressive. Big move here by Sam, overtaking P3. A risky move. I think he made it alongside, but edged him out a little bit, but otherwise made the overtake, good overtake, and we're still trying to catch up to Cam, just not quite making inroads, but forward on a few laps here. Can we make any more inroads? We do, just brake a little bit later here than Callum, and as you can see, it is starting to dry out, so coming a bit more towards what we like and our advantage as well. Got a few more kilos on Callum here, well, less than Callum. Just a quick look behind, seeing that Sam's in P3, so great job by Sam to keep it there. There was actually a few drivers quite close behind them. But going into turn 1 here, I'm just a lot braver in the brakes. Obviously, Callum has no marker point at this point. He has no one to follow, so very difficult to kind of judge if the track is improving lap by lap. It's always easier for the driver behind, which I can do here. And you can see that he notices me here, and we're on for a good battle here. And through the chicane, you know, he's driving very well. Can we make any overtakes? We don't really want to risk a move on the inside here because it's so easy to wash out wide on the exit. And again, we're going to push Callum a little bit for the start of this. Just see where we can make time. You can see we've got the fastest lap as well. So Callum with the leaning in method here, really kind of looking towards the corner and moving the weight to the inside. Gets a little bit squirmy through the chicane, but actually still drives a better corner than us, to be fair. Comes out, better exit. So good driving, and then we catch up again on the braking. This is it's really good to kind of follow Callum here, but basically whatever he does, I just try and brake that a little bit later because we know the conditions are drying, so we just have to find a way around it. Back marker here, wasn't expecting to see us, and back around for another lap. So all very close. We are in the slipstream now, gaining a little bit in the slipstream, and again, we don't want to risk an overtake into first corner. I think Callum realises how much I caught up, that he can start to push a little bit more. He would have been holding back a little bit, but now that he's seen that other drivers are catching up, we make a move here on into turn 3. Again, an easy corner to make an overtake, it has to be said, because of the conditions. And now we are in front. but for how long can we stay in front? Blue sky, no risk of rain, so I definitely know that I can just continue pushing on now. You can see we're starting to take the bank corner a lot tighter. And maybe eventually I'll just get a bit too brave. Sam here, a little bit further back, you can see us further ahead, but Sam is unfortunately out of this now. He is in a lonely race in 3rd place, while Callum and I just move onwards. But it was really fun, these conditions, because you just did not know the best line from lap by lap, because it just kept changing. You know, you think, oh, it's wet here one time, and then it changes the next time, it's completely different. But we're getting braver. We were feeling brave. You can see here getting a bit too brave. Kept it lit through the bank corner here. Nearly spinning, actually. Big mistake. Poor mistake from me. And Callum's going to get a decent run up the hill. And he's going to get straight back past. And we have to do it all over again. Obviously, he took it a bit tighter there, so ran a bit wide. Spits loads of water in my face. You get a lot of water that sits in the rumble strips. So obviously the rumble strips were, you know, a bit like PS5's rumble strips. If you get on them, you can't really get off them, but they do store a lot of water in between the gaps. And if that was me, if I knew that I was putting the driver off behind, I'd be going off every single lap. But there you go. But you see Callum's got a little bit more of a lead now again, so we're going to have to try and reel him in. And we know that he knows that he can push now a little bit more. He's been able to follow us for a lap or two as well. Finally for him, he has a marker point to follow. And that's only because of these changing conditions. And this back marker ahead goes completely in the wrong direction. What happened there? Look ahead. This driver just dipping off to the left, off to do a track record. But anyway, we carry on trying to catch up to Callum. You can see he's absolutely nailing the line now, late on the brakes. And this is very impressive, you know. This is Callum's first time at Silverstone. He doesn't drive rentals, he barely drives a car, and he just sits in and goes. And this really impressed me, because there's a lot of drivers, owner drivers, who jump into rentals and just don't drive them correctly. They're not willing to adapt their style. Likewise with rental drivers moving up to owner karts, they're just not willing to adapt their style. The best drivers are the ones who can drive anything. And I'm so eager and keen to drive an owner kart at some point. I really want to give it a go. I reckon I'd be not great to start off with, but I reckon with a bit of practice I might get a bit better. But I've always wanted to try. We're going to try and get back past Callum again down the inside. We just had a little bit better of a chicane, really. So we were able to make the move stick, and hopefully now no mistakes for the rest of it. But yeah, I really hope that one day I can give an owner kart a proper go, a proper test. So if anyone wants to sponsor me, just saying, I'll be willing to take the offer up. But yeah, I'm definitely not going to jump in it and suddenly become a world champion at it and win Kartmasters. So big respect to these guys who are in this and just able to show off what they can do, really, especially when it's around a new track, mixed conditions. Really, really impressive, and so blooming cold as well. But that was practically it. I was able to kind of get away after this, you know, as it started to dry out. I had a little bit of an advantage, and I felt pretty confident at the end of the day. I drive rentals all the time, so this really is my bag. Almost got killed though, if we have a look at this one. I thought this is an innocent overtake. Come around the corner and bang! Nearly took me out, nearly went into the wall, and you can see Callum there as he comes around the corner, and that driver actually pulled back out in front of Callum, so nearly killing us both. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next one.